Daisy, when did you apply? Because T said you're not on the system.
Daisy's not a nice woman, you know.
Everyone said she is, yeah. But Chester says it as well, so she must be lovely.
Yeah,
she's feeling alive as well, and your she's lovely.
She has her issues. She's autistic.
Oh, she's just stunning, you know, babe.
They're not issues.
No, they're not.
Autism isn't an issue.
Yeah, autism isn't an issue. Hello, Alex. Can we have a line each, me and Wayne, please?
Oh, please, give it to me. Give it to me. So, who is it I can go and attack?
Who can you attack?
Yeah, because there's a lot of things I want to say about a lot of these creators on this app. And now, what? Pardon?
You'll have to fact freak.
James is all right to me, actually.
Is he?
He won't be now.
He won't be now. You're part of the arc.
But to do something, I'm not really bothered because no one.
Nah, I don't think he's that patient. I don't think he's mentioned your agency, has he? But he hasn't mentioned it. So.
Yes, he fucking has.
I thought that was the other guy.
So what's your problem with the James?
He's had a problem with Talia for a long time.
He's stalking me.
He's been stalking and harassing Talia, making up videos for a long time, criticising her music, putting her down,
Doxing my address.
doxing her, mentioning stuff about Brian, playing her songs, calling me names, Pricksta, Wicksta, just calling me fat. Just a horrible person, isn't he? I mean, just bad news, Wayne. And because of
there's a certain element of truth in it.
There's his shit's clean. Truth in what? With what he's saying?
Well, you know, certain people speak volumes, and sometimes we have to just go cliche in order to...
No. Listen, Wayne, it's names, it's deep. It's not about the name calling and phoning up churches and works and contacting charities, harassing, you know, enabling. Look, not only that, you know what I mean? It's just been horrible.
Why would someone get to that point where they need to do that? I don't get it.
That's his content.
That's his content, is he? That's what he does. He likes to. He's an online bully, isn't he? You know what I mean? I know he's like bloody made some awareness about some people, but some of the people that he has made awareness of isn't true. You know what I mean? He can't get to me because I don't give a flying fuck, but he can try and get to T while contacting the works and just being nasty.
I think it's quite sad.
He obsesses over people. That's what he does. If he's got a bee in his bonnet over somebody, he obsesses over that person. I mean, that's what he does.
I think it's quite sad that a lot of these creators, these people that a lot of communities look up to, believe what people are saying. I'm confused. I'm conflicted, Ricksta, Talia. I just don't get it. It's like you see people like Miss Red dress up as Angie, and then you get EQ dressing up as Luke the fucking Judge, then you get Luke the Judge dressing like an absolute...
I think EQ look more like Jimmy Savile, if I'm honest.
Who? Luke the Judge?
Yeah. No, I think that... No, I said EQ dressed like Luke the Judge, but she looked more like Jimmy Savile.
Well, I personally think EQ did right, and she made a massive point, is that these people on TikTok seem to think they are better than everyone else, and it just goes to show how TikTok is so weird. And I'm confused by it because I get accused of being a racist, I get accused of being Islamophobic, I get accused of being a sizist, but when you speak the truth, people don't like it. I just don't get it. I just don't get TikTok.
But you know what it is, Wayne? There's truth, and then there's your truth. Is it the truth to suit you, to suit your narrative, to suit your audience, or is it the real truth? The real truth. Do you understand what I'm saying, Chia?
Yeah.
There's your truth, and there's exactly facts. Like, for some people go on there and say that their shit's clean and they've never done anything wrong, and truth behind it, there's it's not good. Their shit isn't clean, it's far from clean, and then they try and criticise others when really they're sitting on a bunch of garbage and loads of hidden secrets. You know what I mean? I'm transparent. My shit's there to be seen. I don't give a flying shit. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite ironic how a lot of these creators seem to want to cry wolf, and yet there's a lot of these creators that will stand by the creators that call them wolf, and then there's a lot of the creators that support creators that support creators. That's I just don't get it. And what I'm sad about, I think most of all, Ricksta, is that you get people like me and you. We've always got on. And you get a certain amount of people that just want to throw you into the fucking bus and call and dig you out.
Look what happened how me and you met, Wayne. People don't understand how me and you met. So me and Wayne met, guys. So he used to be friends with a lady who turned around and said she was my ex-girlfriend. I beat her up and I'm KJ, when that wasn't the case. KJ has never been my girlfriend. She just made up an old pack of lies. She also made up that she'd been kidnapped and drawed on a black eye and said that she'd been beat up and kidnapped. And then loads of people come out of the woodworks. People on TikTok believed that. Even Wayne himself believed some of it until at the end he figured it out. And that's how we became friends, wasn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, exactly. I called...
Fat Freak ran with that KJ stuff the other day. He goes, oh yeah, Ricksta's ex. Just to run in with facts that that's not true. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You see, the thing is, Ricksta, like, when me and KJ were friends, like, I believed everything she said, and I went for you, which is fine, but let's take a step back, and all these fucking creators on TikTok who think they are something, let's analyze things. Ricksta, what happened the other week where she was apparently assaulted? Where is she now?
Exactly, mate.
Where is she now?
She was used by EQ on purpose just to try and make me look bad. That's what it was.
It had EQ stamped all over it, bro.
Yeah.
EQ stamped all over it. Where is EQ now when it comes to this KJ? And to know something, if there's any element of truth in it, why is she not supporting her?
Exactly.
It's just... TikTok is crazy, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's the same with Delusive Angie. Like, I love Delusive Angie, and I was one of those friends where...
You were really close with her. Really close.
Listen, I'm not going to slag her off because I love Delusive Angie, and she was a big part of my life, actually. And I stood by her and I fought for her rights when everything she went through with Alex and that other woman called Chloe was a drunk driver, but then she accused you of assault, and it was bullshit. It was absolutely bullshit, and like everyone on TikTok ran with it. Oh my God. I've joined the ARC agency and I don't think I'm going to be welcomed into it.
Well, I think you'll do all right, Wayne. I just think you need to reel yourself in a little bit and don't be so... Just word it, things differently. I think that you do great in the FYP.
I don't want to. I want to be honest. I want to be able to speak my truth.
Yeah, you can speak the truth, Wayne, but just how you word things, do you know what I mean? It's just how you words things. You can get your facts across and points and say, see you next Tuesday, but instead of calling someone as see you next Tuesday, you can call them a Kent. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, where I live and where I'm from, you don't do that. You call someone a cunt, they're a cunt.
I know they are, but it's TikTok. Oh, God, sorry. It's TikTok for you, mate.
Yeah, well, I don't do social apps. I don't do the old bollocks. I just think sometimes you need to call people out. Oh, here we go for a restriction, more the arses. All these people that want to report because someone actually speaks the truth. What is the problem?
Yeah, exactly, whoopsie daisy. It's just TikTok, they don't like certain words, do they? They don't like it.
Well, I don't care if TikTok likes it or not.
Why don't you? Do you still speak? Have you started speaking to Angie again?
Well, I do. I have texted her, yes, and I have said to her when she's done a debate how great she's been, because Angie is really good at debates. But I think what's happened with Angie is the fact that she's been so overwhelmed by people like Alicia, the woman who is a bit of a turd rolled in glitter, is silenced her. Like, I love Angie and I'll always hold Angie in a certain light, and she's great at what she does, but she is so influenced by these pretentious creators that think they're better than everyone else. I agree,
mate. Some of them, like they're so pathetic as well as they are like pathetic individuals. You know what I mean? I can't believe that these people are. They're not even. What can you call themselves? I don't even know what they are. Not only just snowflakes. They're just they've got no moral values at all. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get
No moral values, like, you know what I mean. I wish I lived to the days of I don't know, the 16th and 17th and 18th century. Do you know what I mean? Where if you insulted someone, it was, you know what I mean. It was a shootout at dawn. You could use a knife, gun, or fists, whatever. I wish we lived it back in them days when you could go around somebody's house if they insulted your wife or your children and they wouldn't get away with it. But nowadays, they can get away with what they want, and the snowflakes out there, and then you get criticised. Not only that they phone the police, then you get criticised by the snowflakes. Say, oh, you should never have said that. I know you've mentioned the loss of your baby, or the loss of your dead mother, or the loss of and sending people around the house and threatening to do this, and phoning up your works, and threatening your girlfriend, and threatening you. But it's okay; they're allowed to do that. It's only a social media platform. We don't care that you're gonna lose your home and all the money from your works and all these lies that are made up. But it's okay. It's all right. Please don't go around their house. You're out of order, Ricksta. You're in the wrong. They're allowed to say what they want about you. And if they want to take a shit on your doorstep and wipe their arse with your jumper, they're allowed to do that also.
Yeah.
And if they want to burgle your house and eat out the cupboards, that's also they're allowed. But because it's you, Ricksta, you're not allowed to knock the door. It's crazy, man.
Well, I do believe you're right. I do believe that you're wrong by going knocking on people's doors, Ricksta. But I totally understand why you fucking did it at the same time. Do you know what I mean? You get people like Corey Wilde, whoever this fucking man is, who will run now, he will out people for this, that, the other. And as soon as he comes and knocks on his doorstep, he runs like a fucking gazelle. It's unbelievable. So what you did was wrong. You should never have gone and knocked on people's doors, but I can understand why you was pushed to that point. Exactly. And this is the problem with this app, with TikTok. It's like, I think a lot of people forget what people do on this TikTok. I think a lot of people forget what they say on this TikTok. And when it comes to knock them on the door, karma, the universe is listen, they then therefore cry fucking wolf. No, it's not good. It's not good. Like
I said, I went to my how I want to react is how I want to react. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm a man, and like I said, I'd rather always prefer to knock somebody's door if they continue going on rather than pick up the phone to the police first, because I'm not the kind of person who wants to speak to the police. I'll leave that to Talia and others to do that. I'm not one to call the police to solve a problem. I'm more than happy to come and knock your door and have it out man to man to have a chat. I ain't gone round there to beat anybody up or anything, because otherwise I wouldn't go around there with my bare face on camera. Do you know what I mean? I'd at least wait to see you on the street, or wait for you to come out and drive up the road a little bit.
Exactly.
I wouldn't to say, I've come to
where I'm from, Ricksta, you can run your mouth as much as you want to run your mouth, but as soon as I come knock on your fucking door, be prepared to answer it. And this is what the problem is with the app. You get certain big creators, Ricksta, who run the mouth, including you and including Talia, including everybody else, where they think it's acceptable to go boom, boom, boom.
I'm not defending. I'm just saying what. And every time you hear me shout my mouth off, right, or Talia's, it's reaction or reactive abuse, mate. Because you will never hear me and her, and you know this. You can just watch the FYP kicking off first. But the amount of hate you get when you've got the likes of EQ's following, Fat Freak's following, Corey's following, and then a couple of other creators following, all joining forces. So when somebody puts on a post of me having a rant at what these people have done, all you get is foul abuse in the comments. That's all you get, foul abuse. You never get turned around and say, well, the reason did that, he was pushed into a corner. I probably don't agree with Ricky knocking the door, but they did say something about his dead child. They have turned around and threatened Talia. They have thrown up the works, the church. They have, you know what I mean? They have sent authorities around and phoned up the authorities and told a pack of lies. They have sent police around to Rick's stepfather's home, who's really poorly and grieving, and causing stress and alarm. But they don't say any of that. Never once did they bring it up. They never bring up anything. They say, about allegations and others. It's just Ricks is a bad guy. He knocked that door. He should never have intimidated this person. Do that. Then shut the fuck up about me.
Yeah.
Stop saying stuff. Stop being abusive towards my girlfriend. Stop calling me names, because you wouldn't never say that to me in the street.
Well,
So
exactly
what I mean.
And see, this is where I think, like, this is what my little hatred towards TikTok is. For example, and I'll give you a really good example, like Alicia, or whatever her fucking name is, I don't really care. She has gone at Angie 100% all the time, and Angie has thrown it back at her, and she does not like it. Therefore, Angie's therefore the bad person. It's the same with you, with the same with EQ. It's the same with a lot of it. It's just like, stop. Why can't people remember in their head what they've said? I just don't get it, Ricky. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And TikTok is turned into this toxic place where you get people like Misread, who I don't like, but I give her a credit. She dressed up as Angie because it was a fucking dig at her. And then you get EQ dressing up as Claire Sweeney, whatever it is. I'm baffled by TikTok. I'm baffled by it. Every creator, Ricky, like yourself and Talia, you have a content. Like Angie, she has her debates. Like Miss Red, she has a FYP. And yet everyone seems to be nitpicking and picking and picking and picking. It's fucking stupid.
It's funny you should say that, Smurf, because every single creator chases everybody else for clout. EQ plays people on the FYP. Fact Freak does the same. Luke the Judge does it. Misread does it. But why can't Ricksta do it? Why is Ricksta chasing it? I've been on this fucking app for 5 years. I'm well known than most everybody on the app, to be fair. You know what I mean? I'm one of the long-term creators, so I'll play whatever content that I want. I've got my own following. I still have my own following, and I continue to grow my smaller account daily. I'm a support, so that's it. Oh, people talk about the Ricksta. You will 120% get clout, without a shadow of a doubt. And Wayne, you know that. Speak about me and Talia on the FYP or on your live, you get the views. Regardless of the numbers that are in my live every night, you will get views, and that's facts.
Do you not think sometimes the way you go about stuff is the wrong way?
It depends on what you say. Do I blow hot and cold? I'm sorry, I'm a male. I'm an alpha male, mate. And when somebody continues to harass my family members and my friends and my girlfriend, then I'm a man. Do you know what I mean? Whatever I've got to do, I'll do. It's how I am. Like I said, I have been so humble. It's unreal. Just because I threatened to be bloody fat freak and said to death and sent him some tampons. Do you know what I mean? To me, that was me having a crack, telling him about himself.
Yeah, but to know something, Ricky, like, fair play for you for standing up for you and your family, because if anybody in the chat or anybody on this app said they would not do the fucking same, then they're lying.
Exactly. And Cinnamon Roll, 100% I am. We'll see what you would do, Cinnamon Roll. You'd phone the police. You'd be on the phone to the police. You would, straight on there. So that's not alpha at all. So, you know what I mean? Oh, don't phone the old bill. Okay.
Yeah, you have different level of old school, innit? You have the new school who will ring the police for everything, and you have the old school where we will deal with it a different way. And when people deal with the things that are not quite police, you just fucking, it's stupid. It needs to stop. And to know something, Ricky, you are part of the problem, and so is Angie's part of the problem, and so is Luke the Judge's part of the problem, and so is Misread. What you've got is a big platform, and you could make a difference. Yet none of you seem to give a shit about anybody else apart from yourself.
Listen, mate, I don't know if you ever watched me back in the day before we ever spoke, before I had my
I did.
Did you ever watch me when I done all the charitable stuff? I know I used to do stuff like before Dave Duran. So before I got Dave on board and done my charity. Did you ever watch
Dave Duran's? He's just nothing but a manipulating little bitch that wants to cry wolf. That Dave Duran's is an idiot. Listen, he's 10 minutes away from me, and everybody in the area says Dave Duran's full of bollocks. Everyone does.
Like I said, I used to do an awful lot and thingy, and Seeing a bride, I'd face anyone. I'd face your 5 sons and your husband all day long because that's who I am as a man. Okay, but at the end of the day, when they keep, I'd love it, Tina, if you got a bit of karma and you were bullied and you was intimidated and your kids were doxxed and your address was doxxed and your church and people were going to your father's house. And I'd love you to get some, and I pray to the Lord or Jesus Christ that you get some of that karma. And then when you're crying and in tears and the police are taking ages to respond to your complaints, right, you get that negativity in your life and see how you feel as a woman. Let's see if your sons would protect their mother or your partner would protect you if you were being abused daily and your works were being phoned up. And then when you come on to have a little mouth about it, you're getting taxed even more, Tina Bride. Richmond.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, Tina? So until you've been there, right, you can't say absolutely nothing. And I pray to the Lord Almighty, you get a bit of that, so you then understand, because you wouldn't handle it, love. Sorry, mate.
Well, I think, Ricky, I think you've done well by handling it the way you have done, because where I'm from, we would handle it a different fucking way.
Exactly.
And it just goes to show that sometimes you may not like an individual, but you don't really have to go to that point of that extreme. It's madness. It's madness. And I think you top creators should come together and say...
All right, I'm going to ask you a question, Wayne. You're straight to the point.
Go on.
All right, then. Okay, you went live and you was a little bit controversial sometimes. You've done a bit of an FYP show and you can grow a little bit of hot and cold and you get into a little bit of a confrontation with some creators. Okay, yeah. But all of a sudden you've got a partner and say your mother as well. And every day you went live, they were then phoning up your mother's works, harassing your mother, sending emails, phoning up the police, saying your mother done this and that and she hadn't done it, contacting your partner, abusing him and calling him names and nasty vile names. He's come on to defend you and he's abused even again. And the same creators are doing it over and over again. Your partner then calls the authorities. It's taking a little bit of time. But then your mother's getting upset and crying and upset and then your partner, and it will not stop. And then you're asking the person to stop and they're saying, Wayne, you're nothing but a knob, you a dick. I'm never stopping, ha, 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 and keep doing it. And the authorities, what would you do about it?
I would fucking meet him and I would break the jaw.
There you go. There you go.
Simple as that.
I haven't done that, but there you go. There you go.
But when you're on a social, when you're an influencer on a social app, Ricky, I think what you have to do as a social influencer is show your community that there is an alternative way.
You are correct.
Fighting is not the key.
I'd give you that. I will give you that. And that's absolutely correct in what you're saying. But
why don't you do that then? Why do you not just stop?
Because when it continues and you ask someone to continue, there comes a point when you are a creator, when you're seeing something.
I get that.
About being torn down and lied about, and then there's stuff being sent to her works. Don't forget, her works, where she pays a mortgage from, have been contacted directly by trolls who have been enabled by the likes of Fat Freak, you know what I mean? And the contacting, and when he said it then it happens at the time he said it, so we know it's directly from him. And then, you know what I mean, she's getting calls of stuff that she's never done, being called a transphobe, and all she turned around and said she agrees with the new European Union rules that have come in place. That's all she turned around and said. And she's got a lot of trans friends, like Pharaoh, coming and said exactly the same thing. All she done was agree with Pharaoh. Then you got the likes of Fat Freak saying she's this and that, she's a trans, and then putting it out there and sending it to churches and works. You know, to understand it isn't good. It's hate. It's you know what I mean? It's harassment.
Don't you think though, by you carrying it on and attacking these people that have attacked you, do you not think you'd be better by saying, going to these people, thank you so much for your opinion, I appreciate it, instead of attacking like you do, man?
Yeah, but you know what it is? When they're being enabled and influenced by a creator on here to say the worst of the worst and do the worst of the worst, it's a little bit of you're put into a little bit of a difficult situation when you've got very upset. When you've got an upset, when you've had upset ladies or family members saying this is enough, they've gone too far. How far is too far? Did I send phone up their works? Have I contacted people over them? No, I haven't. Have I sent people around to their mother's address or their grandmother's address where a little old lady lives who's got dementia and 80s and where her children live? No, I haven't. Okay, what I have said, this stops. And then I got pushed into a corner where when there's kids in a house and I'm seeing them very distressed, I've got an alternative but to knock a letterbox. I'm sorry, but I haven't.
No, can I ask you a question, Ricky? Like, being the bigger person, are you going to stop?
Stop what?
Well, just the old fucking hate campaign, just the old sort of like, I'm coming at you, because for me, like, I've learned with the app, right? I've learned with the app is that I've been called a racist. I've been called an Islam.
Can you make me a mod, please, Wayne? Can you make me a mod?
What?
Can you make me a mod, please, on this?
How do I make you a mod?
You just click on me, mate, and then it says gives you an alternative to make me mod.
How do I click on you? Wait, hang on. Comment then. No, but my point is, you get certain people on this app that's going to accuse you of being a racist. You're going to be a Zionist. You're going to be an Islamophobic. You're going to be anti-this. You're going to be like, why don't you and Talia? Right, and this is not a go at you and Talia because I get on with
see this bride.
Let me finish.
Sorry, Wayne. I just want to say one thing. See this bride woman here, Tina Bridgman, right? She came in the box. She sent me a message the other week, and I'll show you something. Do you know what she turned around and said? I'm glad that your missus had a miscarriage, and I hope your girlfriend gets cancer. That's what she said. See that bridge woman there, Tina Bridgman. She's probably got to be touching 60. She's the lowest that goes. Can everyone report this woman and find out who she is? Because that's what she turned around and said about Talia. I'm glad that you lost your child and I hope she gets cancer. This is the sick people I'm dealing with. A woman's got to be touching 60, not let it's a troll account, which I don't think it is. Said the worst of the worst. She's so sick, he's
Yeah, but what you got to understand at the same time is, like, you can't beat everyone on the app, Ricksta. You can't. You just can't. Why waste your energy, right? You and Talia, you believe in God, you believe in this, that, the other, and you got a great academy.
exactly, Maggie.
You got a great academy building up. Why would you want to waste that much energy on these people who have no significance in your life? These people who want to have a massive sort of opinion on you. All they are is a piece of shit rubbed in glitter. Why would you let them affect you so much?
Can you make me a mod, please, Well?
I don't know how to do it, man.
All you got to do is click on me.
Oh, is it the Talia with the yellow top?
No.
Right. Do it again then. Comment. Oh, I'm just going for a piss, by the way. So if you hear any piss movements. Oh. I can't see you, Ricksta, in these comments. I saw Talia, I think. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, Ricksta, I need to ask you a question. Are you there?
Go on.
Are you going to put your wrongs right with Angela?
Let's do me a favour, mate. Can you make me mod? You've got people commenting about my baby and that in this chat, and I'm just going to leave, mate. I can't be dealing with that kind of shit. I can deal with a few trolls, but I'm not going to have people messaging the trolls. So can you please make me mod, mate? All you got to do is click on me. There you go. See the three little dots?
Dots. Where am I looking? I've got... Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm fucking looking at here. 3 little dots.
Click on me in the chat.
Oh, okay, you've not popped up yet. Oh, for fuck's sake, I hate all this technology bullshit.
There you go.
Ricksta. Right, so click on that, yeah? Click on the 3 dots.
And it's add as moderator.
Add moderator.
That's all.
Hang on. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Come on, Wayne.
Oh, shit, man. I'm trying to look while I'm trying to talk and I can't see it. The Ricksta. Hang on. Oh, shit. Comment again, Ricksta. Do it again. I've got it. Do it again. Don't do it. People are saying don't do it. Well, you know, piss off people. I make my own judgment up. Oh, hang on.
Why have you made an escape? Are you up? So when I find out who you are, Lily, watch.
Don't mod that twat.
She just turned around and mentioned my baby. Why are you fucking Are you mental, right, in this fucking little cunt in this box? Just said about my baby. Let me find out who you are, Lily. I'll fucking eat your husband.
Are you going to turn up at mine?
I've got no way.
Yeah, I will.
Because I'm ready for you, mate.
Are you for real, Wayne? Wayne, I'm
give a
done,
shit.
mate.
I've got no idea who the woman is. Right, who am I talking to? Right, so
Hey, Wayne.
who's it? Cheryl, is that you?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so help me out.
Wayne, don't have
Do
anything to
me a
do with
favour,
him.
sweetheart. Wayne.
Please stop. I need Cheryl.
Wayne, do me a favour and do not mod him.
Right, do not
Yeah.
want to do.
Ricksta, because he'll block Zia as soon as you do it.
Well, listen, no. I'm not bowing down to that Cheryl. Cheryl. I like Rick.
He's trouble. No, he's trouble.
No, he's not. Not to me, he's not.
Yeah, he is. And he'll
He
bring
hasn't
you
been about
trouble.
Zia, though. He's been right nasty about Zia.
Oh, hasn't everybody?
I know, Wayne.
Just
but
stay
come on,
away from
sweetheart.
him.
Right, I'm confused. I'm fucked by this. What? Right, so.
He's a plastic gangster, love.
Why would you say that?
Are you joking? Turning up at people's houses?
Why would you not rock up at someone's door if someone fed you back? Why? I don't get it.
What, with 3 other lads to a woman's house? Are you joking?
Who you on about?
Don't you dare.
Who are you on about? I'm confused.
Cheryl, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's caused, I mean, it's Talia as well. She's been alright. Just be careful, Wayne. All I'm saying is, you know
Talia
what I'm like? You've
causes
known me.
strain.
You've known me for a long time, Wayne. Just be careful.
I like Sharon. Listen to Sharon.
Not Sharon.
Sharon.
Cheryl.
Gerald.
Oh, Jesus, I haven't even had a drink. Sorry, Sharon.
Well, I get on with Ricksta, and I've liked
No, you do, sweetheart.
Ricksta for years. So,
But he will block people that, yeah, but it depends on if you want a mod that's going to block people that he doesn't like.
Yeah, and he'll literally, the minute they mention him, there'll be no discussion made. Block.
you see,
Don't mod him.
I'm confused. I'm confused because, like, Ricksta has always been alright with me. And I've actually gone at Ricksta, and I don't think he knows. Oh no, he's not going to control my life. I will control my life.
I do think he's a bit of.
Whoopsie
I mean, the way
daisy,
that
he doesn't want to
speaks
block the bad
Talia.
comments. He wants to block the truth, sweetheart. That's all it's about, Wayne. He wants to block the truth.
Yeah.
Well, what untruth is he blocking? I don't.
Right, have you heard what he said about Zia?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, nasty.
Have you heard
Yeah,
the way
but
that
you know,
he speaks
Summer,
to Talia?
have you heard what Zia said about Ricksta?
She didn't start until he started. She supported him.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in my head. In my head, I just think to myself, these are two grown adults that don't like each other, and they're going to have their opinion on whatever they want to have. I'll always have Zia's back, 100%. I love my wife to the moon and back. But one thing I've learnt about Zia is that you do not argue a point for her because she has a voice.
And I know that, and she tells me off many a time for that. You know that.
Well, it's just like me and Ricksta get on. I used to go for Ricksta like 3-4 years ago. I went ham, cheese, and toast on the bitch because of what he said about a certain individual. Do you know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
got nothing to do with that, Pablo. I always say to see her, don't gift me. So it's got nothing to do with that. See, is a friend of mine and Wayne's. We've never asked her for a bloody gift in our life, have we, Wayne?
No, never. But I won't be told on my live who to block or who not to mod.
No, but I am telling you, just be careful.
What do you mean? What do I need to be careful of?
He's a snake.
Right.
He is,
He's
sweetheart.
right.
Did you not hear what he did with his Aunt Sally?
Right, so you want me to base my judgment on Ricksta because of what he did?
I just want you to be careful, is all I'm saying.
How's about I base my judgment on an individual that has had beef for me, never had beef for me, and whatever? I just don't get it. I'm sick and tired of TikTok trying to make out that fucking everyone's a wrong'un and everyone's a right'un. How does it end and where does it start?
Right, that's Talia. I'm going to go because I have no interest in that girl at all.
Well, Tally's all right. I don't get what has Talia done wrong to you?
I keep getting phone calls anyway off her, Sammy.
What has Talia done wrong to you?
Give me 5 minutes, sweetheart, and I'll be back.
All right, babe. See you in a bit.
All right, I love you.
Right. Love you. See you later. Bye. Right, so we're connecting to ARC agency, I think. Hello?
Wayne,
Yeah.
first of all, I think it's really inappropriate that you allow people to speak about an agency that you just joined, one of the owners, like that.
In which way? In which way?
I'm not going to get drawn into this back and forth with you. It's not going to work. This whole devil's advocate thing, it doesn't work with me. I personally don't think this relationship is going to work, so I'm going to release you from the agency, and I think it's best that we just avoid each other in due course. I really don't appreciate what just happened there.
I don't really get where you're coming from, to be fair.
Okay, well, maybe you want to go and have a little think about it, but what just happened?
No, I don't need to go and have a think about anything.
Okay, well, that's up to you.
I have.
Have a good day.
You're not going to silence me. I have stood up for Ricky, and I have told people that come in the box, you do not go for Ricky, and I'm a friend with Ricky. So I don't know why you're so sort of muggy. Who the fuck? Seriously, who the fuck? I swear to God, who the actual fuck? Just because I've got an opinion, I get dumped from an agency. Well, if I can't have an opinion on your agency, then I don't want to be in your agency, bitch. Oh my God. Is this fucking real? Is this what TikTok's about? That you can't have an opinion? I stood up for Ricky, and I'll have Ricky's back no matter what until he does something fucking wrong. Oh my God. Well, guess what? Fuck you. Fuck you. How's about that? Fucking hell, man. I can't believe the childness of some people. Anyone want to get in the box and tell me different? You're more than welcome. You're trying to cause controversy. Listen, I don't need any agency to cause controversy. I'll say what I've got to fucking say. And if you don't like it, then you can simply just piss off. What's happened? Well, who knows what's happened? Oh my God. They're trying to silence. Well, no one's going to silence Wayne. No one will silence Wayne. No one. No one. Fucking hell. You use them for views and clout. I use them for views and clout. Are you having a fucking laugh? Wayne, you need to read the comments. Maybe I don't need to read any comments by any trolls. Listen, no one's going to tell Wayne what to do, and I don't particularly fucking care if you like it or not. If you don't like what Wayne's got to say, then you can piss off. So now Talia is going to block you. Well, I don't give a fuck if she blocks me or not. Wayne, agreeing with laughing at miscarriages. Oh, you having a fucking laugh, laughing at miscarriages. I'm laughing at the state of TikTok. I'm laughing at the fact that people use it as a weapon. I'm laughing at the fact that people go against it. Are you fucking nuts? Come on, Wayne, agreeing with laughing. Oh, piss off, laughing at the miscarriages. Why don't you jump in the box, Sam? Oh, hang on. Let me click it. Can I? If I click, let's follow. Oh, why don't you get in the box? I followed you. Let's get in the box. Come on. Well, I'm waiting. To the woman who's put Wayne agreeing with laughing at miscarriages. Jump in the box. Come on, love. Let's see what you got to say. Fucking hell, man. TikTok is nuts. Winnie has views because of time. Oh, fuck's sake, man. All these people that seem to have comments but can't jump in the box and say it. Like, if you're gonna have an opinion, at least jump up. I will respect you more. Take no notice of them, Wayne. Trust me, I'm not taking no notice of them because they have no impact on my life. This is the thing, man. I was speaking honestly and I was speaking openly with Ricksta, asking questions that a lot of people wanted to ask, but they didn't want to ask because the small people like us, the small folk on TikTok, get shut down and cancelled. Nah, mate. Fuck 'em. Oh, someone's in the box. Who's this? This is Louise Reeves. Accept. Just connecting. Hello?
Hiya, I think, despite what I think about this situation, I think that you should really come off it. I think you're a bit, I don't know if you were under the influence. I'm an ex-addict myself. I can just spot it, and I think you're in a vulnerable place at the moment. I do have a different opinion to you, but I feel like, for your own well-being and for your own good at the moment, maybe if you just get a hot drink or something.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? When you say you think I'm under the influence of what?
I don't know, that's none of my business, but I'm just looking out for you, and you don't want to do anything that you regret tomorrow, that's all. I think you're obviously a bit impaired. When you were looking to mod Ricksta, you couldn't find his name and stuff, and I just don't want you doing anything that you might regret tomorrow. And yeah, basically, I have no harsh feelings with you. I just have an opposing opinion about the situation, but I don't want you to do out daft, all right, mate?
Yeah, I get that, but yeah.
All right, well, look after yourself.
Yeah, and
Bye.
you. Thank you for popping up your phone, it.
Bye.
All right, see you later. So far, I'm under the influence, and so far it's about saying something I might regret. Oh, fuck off, mate. Lou is a clout chaser. Well, I don't give a fuck who Lou is. I don't know who Lou is. I'm not that arse. Anybody else want to pop up and ask me a question? Or check me eyes? I'll sell the comments, mate. Let's have a look at your eyes. Because they want to silence you. Well, no one's going to silence me. I don't give a flying fuck who you are or who you think you are. You will never silence Wayne. I don't care. Don't care. Fucking hell, man. Why is it so hard for people to understand the fact that certain people will say what they want to say? And I am one of those. Oh, someone in the box. Are you ready for this? It's called someone called the Tease. Hello? Oh.
Hiya. Out of curiosity, what do you think it is he's trying to silence you about?
Well, I've got no idea why anyone's trying to silence myself, because I won't be silent.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Everyone in the comments is saying Ricksta's trying to silence you. Silence you about what?
Well, I don't know. This is the thing.
Because you just said you won't be silent. So if you've got this elaborate story that everybody needs to know about Ricksta, say it now. Because you won't be silenced.
No, I haven't got a story to tell about Ricksta, but there's a lot of people in the comments saying they're trying to silence you. And I'm thinking... Right,
so I don't know if you were paying full attention, but I'm going to give you a little recap of your own live.
Okay,
right.
Cool. Yeah,
you started off at about 30 views, and then it quickly jumped up to about 167. I'm not saying all the accounts are real, but there was a fair few accounts in the comments saying your baby made an escape. Talia didn't lose a baby. She lost it because you abused her, Ricky. There was loads of comments. A few of me and a few others were trying to basically tell him to shut up. Ricky did say, can you mute the comments that are talking about me baby? There's a girl in here, I think it's Whoopsie Daisy or something, she's in your live often. Yeah, she was telling you to mod her as well so she could mute the comments about his baby. Obviously, I don't know whether you couldn't do it or what, but he didn't. Obviously, the comments weren't getting muted. That's when he asked you to be mod. And then everyone's like, he's trying to silence you. He wasn't trying to silence nothing. He wanted the comments gone about his baby. That was it. People are in the comments chatting wild shit, saying he's trying to silence you. You know for yourself that Talia signed you up in her agency this afternoon. You were on live on the Arc. For a while, everything was absolutely sound. Do you know what I mean? She only came in here before, and Ricky, to try and get some views for your live for you. That was it.
Right. So where did I go wrong?
Well, I don't. To be honest, you just got a bunch of people in the comments fucking gaslighting. But obviously, the comments about Ricky's child should have been muted because now Ricky thinks you've allowed it and letting that Lily in. She was the main one who was putting the comments in. She's the one who was saying the baby escaped you and all that. Whether you like Ricky or Talia or not, you're laughing at a child, a baby.
Is that what you think?
That's what Lily was saying. I've got the screenshots.
Okay.
Hiya, the tea. I didn't see any of those comments. I just popped in. If I'd have seen those comments, believe me, I would have said something because...
Yeah, that's why he asked for the comments to be gone, but there was no mods in here. So Whoopsie Daisy wanted modding, but she couldn't get mods because obviously Wayne couldn't do it.
Can I just say I didn't have any mods?
No,
well, this was the issue.
I would have come straight in the box and said, do not talk about, and I would have walked you through modding me so I could have got rid of it. Nobody jokes about miscarriages.
Well, this is where it's all escalated from. That's why Ricky jumped out the box going mad because he said to Wayne, obviously, can the comments go? The comments were getting worse, if anything. So
my daughter
got added in.
Miscarriages after miscarriages, so there's no way that I would ever take...
You just don't do it, man. Whether you like someone or not, you just don't do that sort of shit.
Exactly. No, I don't. It's it's personal with me and Ricksta, but there's one thing that I wouldn't allow is somebody mocking miscarriage. Not a chance.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I was jumping up.
And just clear that I would never ever allow that ever.
But is that what I did? Is that what you're saying I did?
No, you didn't. It was your comments, Wayne.
Yeah, it was your comments.
I can't control comments.
No, you can't.
No, but because you were asking to, because he wanted to be modded so he could get rid of those comments. Now everyone's seen it as he was trying to silence you.
Yeah.
But I don't see what about, because obviously you just said yourself.
I jumped in too late for that one.
Yeah, but like I say, it was literally just those vile comments, which I've screenshotted, so she can't say she didn't say it. And then obviously she got put in the box, which is why Ricky just lost his shit, because he couldn't believe she'd been
do me a
boxed.
favour and mod me.
Cheryl, what do I do though? Come on.
Right, I'm going to jump down now and lead you to it, but thank you for letting me jump in.
Thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it, and it's nice to actually
She was lovely.
Yeah, she was nice. I just don't get how all of a sudden, for me who doesn't really go live, that has just been.
I know.
Man, it's like fuck off, man. I can't control the comments. I'm not interested in the comments. I was having a conversation with Ricky, and I said my piece.
I know.
So,
but no, don't worry about it. They'll soon go anyway, these trolls.
Do you know something, Cheryl? I'm not really that worried anyway, because I'm going to have my voice, I'm going to have my say, and if people don't like it, then piss off.